are back for the next episode of Pokemon Black. Yes, I know that the day I posted one at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, there wasn't really another one posted afterwards. Just because as I've said before, I'm recording them in bulk, so I'm not really doing them on like a consistent basis, because I'm just trying to pump these out as much as possible, so that we can get over to the next game, because, no offense, this is, I want this to kind of be done so I can get to the next thing, which is, quote, Avengers. So basically, you need to get 3 gems for that thing, and if you do that, you get a TM, but I'm not going to be using that TM, so yeah, I'm not going to be probably getting it. I mean, if I occasionally or if I just, like, accidentally stumble onto it, sure, maybe I would, but I'm not planning to do it myself. But we are starting to head to the last parts of it. We're starting to head into the middle of the end game. I think we're probably at the middle of the end game right now. And once we get past that, that's going to be a little interesting. Alright, by the way, new Pokemon camera update is a fire and ground type. I think we might have gone over Numo, but I'm just going to go over camera up anyway. It's a mixed attacker, and yeah, unfortunately it's quad weak to water, but that really isn't terrible because it actually has an ability Solid Rock, which kind of negates it. But then its bulk is mediocre and its speed's atrocious. So it's kind of like, if it had decent bulk and low speed, it would have been fine. Or if it had high speed, low bulk, that still would have been fine. But it's just at the in-between point where it's not the best at the certain thing, but it's not the worst at another thing. It's kind of like an in-between. It's still perfectly viable and decent, but it's definitely not the best fire or ground type out there. There are definitely things to outclass it. Cough, Emboar. Cough. It's one of those Pokemon that are kind of stuck in a stat spread that really doesn't go with them. Razor Claw. Well, there's one of the Graham 2. Hey, I accidentally stumbled onto it. I did what I said. I mean, sure, I'll kill it. But I'm basically, along with Avengers, I'm planning. If something goes wrong, if something goes out, or like I can't do it, I'm planning for Pokemon Black to be done by Monday. Monday, I don't know what date it is. Okay, yeah, that's great. In about 3 days, I'm planning for this to be done. Is it going to be? I don't know. Using this, I've guesstimated it around to be only about 6 to 7 episodes left from the time that I did the Curum thing for the Giant Chasm. So that was, I'm gonna say that would have been 7. This is 6, and then we still have 5 more episodes after. So there might be a mass bulk of Black videos that are coming out. So I'm just letting you guys know that. And I've been looking at the Avengers, and I'm at least planning to do all of the single player experience, and don't know about the side quests of that, and I'll look at it and see if it's possible for me to do that. But I don't know if there's like like collectibles and consumables. I'm probably not gonna do 100% walkthrough. I also have another game which I'm thinking right now I might not be doing 100% walkthrough with, but I'm at least going to play it out. And that's what I'll probably do, at least for this game. I mean, for all the other games, I'm not... Some games I will plan to do 100% walkthroughs, but some games I won't. It's going to be like in an in-between point, where I would just need to figure out for which one is which, and what I should do with each separate one individually. By the way, this is Magikarp Pre-Evolution of Gyarados, quintessentially the weakest Pokemon possible, even though it's not, even though there's a other Pokemon that takes the cake in terms of stats, but at least that thing has moves, while this thing does not have any moves in the whole entire world, and only has, like, Tackle and Splash and Flail. I think it learns Bounce from, like, a Tutor move or something. Though, yeah, next week, the week of the September 8th, 2020, for anybody who would watch these, get ready for... next week is 120% going to be Avengers. I am not sure if it's going to be it to start, but I am planning to do it daily by daily. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna have to set up all the recording and whatnot, but I'll figure that out later. So that's going to be something that's going to be a little interesting. I'll give it that. And I hope that you guys like it, because it's going to be something that I feel like is going to be something... My first concurrent series, which is a game that... Which is my first game that came out in recent times. That's very recent. I mean, I could have done Animal Crossing or Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, but... I feel like some games, like, I can do, some of them I can't, just because they don't, at least in my eyes, they don't seem like a possible series for me to do, at least with the content that I'm producing. And I am thinking of other games. I am trying to do other stuff. I'm planning for next week to be a new series extravaganza week, if that makes any sense. I really... You know what, just because we have so much excess bulk of rare candies... Crash is getting smacked with one. Hydro Pump is 120 power, 85% accuracy based move. It's decent, but probably just the accuracy part of it, I just feel like it isn't worth it. And plus, I can't even switch it out because I have HM moves up the yin yang. So, that's kind of out of the question. Please have battle with me. Okay, weirdo. Surskit. So Surskit is a water and bug type. It evolves into a bug and flying. It has, that form at least has access to Quiver Dance and Intimidate. Well, this thing is just waiting to evolve. But it doesn't have any sleep powder. It doesn't really have anything to ensure the setup except Intimidate. And even then, it could get specially defense attacked. So once again, Butterfree outclasses... Why do always one hit KO moves always hit me? Once again, Butterfree outclasses it. Or classes another bug flying Quiver Dancer. And now... we go on to Goldeen, which I was going to say sucks. It's one of those Pokemon that you're asking yourself, why are you actually using it? It's a physical type normal attacker, which a lot of other Pokemon can take the cake of actually it being usable. Like Cough Cough, even Floatzel could have been usable, but it's just pigeonholed in terms of stats. it has a 90 attack stat, and even then, its coverage is so poor on the physical spectrum that it has to go for like return and waterfall, and then it has to go for like ice beam and like I think hidden power grass or something. Which, if you have to use a hidden power for your coverage, even if when you're a physical attacker and hidden power is special, we're having some problems here. So, and by the way, Sea King is the evolution of Goldeen. It's just, it's wholly outclassed by a myriad of waters, even from the mixed to special to physical. Like, it's just outclassed 12 ways towards Saturday. I wish that Game Freak buffed, like, instead of making all these Alolan forms, the new buffs, all that, I wish they just buffed the stats. And just made them so that they aren't as terrible. I mean, some of the Pokemon, yeah, you wouldn't be using, but some of them you could be using. Like, some of them would be terrible. Treasure hunting. So, by the way, if you go to this guy daily, he'll give you other stuff. He'll give you stuff by daily, and he'll also give you pretty good items like lucky eggs, which is like pretty good. So, if you want to get extra lucky eggs, I would suggest you come in here. So these, like, if you remember in Pokemon Pearl, this guy. I'm not going to teach them to my Pokemon, but these guys can have Blast Burn, Hydro Cannon, and a Frenzy Plant, and these are 150 power-based moves, 90% accurate, but you have to recharge for a turn afterwards. Which, I mean, it's not terrible, but you really don't, I don't know, I don't feel like a recharging move is that good anymore. Gen 1 is the... Okay, I guess I talked to this girl, and apparently I got the thing. I mean, sure. Oi. By the way, the Stangler, new Pokemon once again. This thing is called a Physical Chansey. And if you know Chansey from, or Physical Chansey. Why I say that is, its evolution is so physically bulky that it can tank astounding power moves, like a Swords Dance Haxorus Dragon Claw, I think twice with maximum defense, which is... It even has, its hidden ability is Regenerator, one of the best abilities in the game, which I've already said, which I said from Alomomola, that Alomomola also has it. It's astounding on how good that ability is. And that's why it's called Physical Ballistic, because it just heals up, stays in a fight, and just keeps staying up. By the way, this is Feebas. This is called Better Magikarp, and I'm not meaning it lightly. It's Magikarp that can learn TM moves, and basically the rest of its stats kind of are like it. It evolves into something that's extremely good, and it's a very specially defensive, bulky, special attacker. And that's what it evolves into. Remoraid, on the other hand, is an unfortunate case of one of those Pokemon that really need better stats. Its move pool is second to none, one of the best in the game. It can learn Energy Ball, Ice Beam, Rock Blast, Psybeam, Bullet Seed for some forsaken reason, Fire Blast, which... Waterfall, Surf. This thing can learn so many moves that you would never expect. I think it can learn Signal Beam, which is a bug move for crying out loud. This thing can learn everything and anything. Can it use those moves? That's where it ends. Its attacks are over, I think, 115, which is amazing. But then its defenses are 75 and its speed is 40. Kind of like Camerupt. It can't be in the middle of that two things. And Remoraid is one of the only first evolution Pokemon that can actually learn Hyper Beam. Which is pretty astounding. I mean, Hyper Beam totally sucks, but why I say it sucks is because it's one of those two charge moves. Another Pokemon, Kingler. Kingler is one of those physical water types from Gen 1 that the fans ask why, but then they realized after the physical special split, like, thank you? Because this thing has a nuclear physical attacks that acts as a Swords Dance. It shreds. In this game, its hidden ability is Sheer Force, which I have already... Well, have I even said it before? Basically, it gets rid of secondary effects from all moves, and in getting rid of them, but in turn increases the move's power by 30%. So it makes the move nuclear. And also, if you have a life orb on it, it won't do damage to you. So basically, a Pokemon with Swords Dance, Agility, Life Orb, and Adaptability, along with over 100 attack stat, 110 I think, 115 possibly. You got a combination for something deadly. The emphasis on the deadly. Deadly? It can wreck a team if you are not prepared. If you are prepared, though, it's kinda has its weaknesses. Like, its physical defense is nothing to scoff at. It's actually really good. But then you look at its... By the way, this is pre-evolution of Pelipper, I've already said before. But then you look at its special defense, which is 50, which is appalling. And then you realize this thing will die to a an effing sneeze from a thunder shock from a Pikachu. It's probably over-exaggerating, but still, it will die very, very quickly from special attacks. So if it requires a lot of setup in order to use, but if you use it carefully and with preparation, the thing can shred. I feel like I'm the only one who has one. Nope. I might. Who do I have up in front? Underminer. I'm actually gonna switch it over to Atlantis just because it's all water types right now. Just for the safety of Underminer. Krabby. Krabby is the pre-evolution of Kingler. It actually has it has a really high attack stat, even in this form, but even has worse special defense. So literally an air slash with this thing will one-hit KO. Let's see. Please tell me. Yep. Not even a critical. No, nothing. And now we're going on the flip side. Octillery is the evolution of Remoraid. And here's Psyshock. Boom, 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 boom. Signal Beam, that's what I said. Okay. Let's try an Air Slash, see how that works. No. Ah, I soaked. Atlantis transformed into the water type. Water. Water. Oh, it's Judo guy. You know what? Yeah. Fight me. This might be a little shorter episode but only just because that, I mean, I'm gonna probably do all of Undella Town because Undella Town actually has a lot, well, not a lot, but a decent amount of things to do, and it is pretty good to do all of these things, so basically this episode will be calling Road to Undella Town and Undella Town. I mean, nah, that sounds bad. By the way, this is Hitmonlee. This is one of the evolutions of Tyrogue. This is the one that has the more attack than defense version of it. Shoot, I should have used the Psyshock. The thing is, Psyshock, this thing's physical defense is bean, so if I use Psyshock, it would have done a lot more damage. But, you know, whatever. It happened, I'm fine with it. Looks like I could go farther. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it. We're gonna hold on that just for now. Just because we have some other trainers to fight first. If we need to heal up, then I'll quickly go over there, but for right now, I don't think I need to. A lovely trainer. Would you like to meet the Pokemon and make them proud? Chip chip chitio. Kricketot. Kricketot is a Pokemon. You see, Pokemon that only has access to the evolution Bide, and its next evolution is one of the worst Pokemon in the whole entire game. It is worse. I'm trying to think of the worst thing possible in Unova. It is worse than Patrat. The Patrat family. It is worse than Patrat's family. Watchog. It's worse than Watchog. Which I didn't even know that could be possible. But no, it is. It is. It's weak, slow, frail, not very strong. It does absolutely nothing. Let's go on more of nothing, and we go to Chimecho. Chimecho is one of the worst psychic types in the game, and I'm not saying that just because it looks weird. No, its stats are pigeonholed. It is slow, kind of weak, kind of frail, not very strong, only has a 90 special attack, I think. Its move pool is crap. It's... ugh. There are so many other psychic types that can do either A, something different, B, something better, or C, just outclass it. I'm really trying to think of a worse off psychic type. I probably will think of something eventually, but I cannot picture anything right now. It is one of the top 10 worst psychic type families in this whole entire game, hands down. In general, I don't know why I used the Super Repel. You know, whatever. There's going to be a double battle up there, so that's going to be a little interesting. We go from worse to worser. Farfetch'd is by far one of the worst normal flying types in this whole entire game. It is a single evolution, and not until Gen 6 or 7. Its highest stat is 65, which its attack stat. It has a unique item to it called a stick, which increases its critical hit ratio. It has Sword Stance, X-Scissor, Leaf Blade, Double Edge, Brave Bird, has some good coverage, but doesn't have the stats. Even in the worst places that competitive Pokemon are allowed, where only these worst Pokemon are evolved, like Chimecho, Watchog, Butterfree, all these worst Pokemon. Even Farfetch sucks in those placements. It is by far, even when it gets its attack stat later, it goes from a 65 to a 90. It's still god awful. But the slightest bit usable. Literally a molecule worth of usability. It's still terrible. It still will be outclassed. And it still has stats god-awful in the rest of its places. At least it can do something of a slightest mediocrity. This is one of the worst Pokemon in the whole entire game, and one of the worst of that. Probably the worst out of the 151 regular Pokemon, in my opinion. There's probably other Pokemon that people will think, oh god, that is so much worse, like Beedrill or Butterfree. Beedrill got a Mega Evolution, Butterfree is Quiver Dance and Sleep Powder. Farfetch'd has a Swords Dancing thing that can't do actually nothing. It will be KO'd before it gets a second chance to do anything. It's worse off than... I'm gonna hate myself for saying this. It's worse off than Parasect, in which I said that was one of the worst things. By the way, Gramble is the evolution of Snubbull. Already talked about it. Parasect is better just because of its access to Spore and actually usable moves. Farfetch'd is probably the worst Pokemon out of the 151. It's unfortunate, but the truth. Yep, Double Barrel called it. I should have done Electros, Levitate, then done Earthquake. Dang it, I could have done that. Plusle, and yep, I'm literally just switching out right now. On Crash. Plusle and Minun are two new Pokemon, and guess what? They're god-awful. Minun is a defensive counterpart with a little bit more special defense and physical defense with a little bit less of special attack and physical attack. Well, Plusle is the complete opposite, a little bit more special attack, regular attack, less special defense, physical defense. Plusle is actually kind of usable because it has Nasty Plot, it has Baton Pass, it has Thunderbolts. It can actually somehow pose a sweeping role. But Minun is just also known as Worse. Plusle is just completely pathetic and can do a Nasty Plot set just like Plusle, but with a little bit more defensive investment, but just doesn't have as the same oomph as it, and it's just still terrible. There are so many better electric types, but at least they're kind of usable at the smallest fraction. Plusle is at least Minun. Don't use it. I love how they show off all these new Pokemon that we've never seen before, but yet all of them suck. It's nice. It's nice to see all the fight, all the struggles we've gone through, just to see all these weak, pathetic Pokemon. And TM for Psychic. As pathetic? No. I love how we got all these good moves now. Yeah, only other person who can do it is Atlantis, but right now, Atlantis is holding Psy Shock, so that's kind of not going to be useful. I think the pamphlet or whatever might be behind one of these cut trees, but I'm not really worrying about it. Repels effect wore off. Okay, cool. Dancing. Yeah, mass outbreaks. I haven't said anything about those. Don't worry about it because I'm not going to really say it. This is Undella Town. Yep, I know. And then I'm going to throw out the music in a second. I just need to heal these guys because these guys are damaged. Woo! I'm always going to keep one rare candy in the back just in case if I need to do some like emergency leveling. And at least here, I won't be as pigeonholed as I was in Victory Road because killing all those Pokemon. I'll keep Underminer still up in front. I am letting you know. See this? Wait. That house, you don't go. I am not going in that house until the last episode. Well, at least fully into it. You could have gone into it from the door, but that house. Or was it? I don't remember which house. No. Uh-oh. Oh, no. TJ, yep. Sure you know it. You knew where to get to know each other. No. That's Cynthia. That's the champion of Sinnoh. I will not be challenging her until the last episode. Because remember when I said Kyurem is 3... There's a Pokemon 3 levels higher than it? That's the trainer. Level 78 is the highest Pokemon level in this game, and she has the cake of having it. And also, I totally like that my fans going in the background. I will not be going in there till the second to last episode or the last episode. And it will probably be just an episode dedicated to entirely that. And will actually be a lot better than the other end for Pearl. Because that was kind of terrible. I even admit that I should have went back to do the Elite Four, but eh. Whatever. This time, though, I am going to end it off right, and I'm going to do it off with a very epic battle. Now, I'm going to start selling some items. See, like this big nugget? Not the big nugget. What I mean big nugget? I meant this. Nope. And I meant these two. And you're asking yourself, you can't sell that. It's a big nugget, and in other games it sells for 50k. Yes, you were right. But if we go in here... I'm an ultra-rich billionaire. As you can see, my hobby is to collect rare items. In fact, this outfit is ultra-expensive and rare. Can you see it? Can you? Is there something that this billionaire wants to get his hands on, even spending a lot of money? Do you? Wait, what? I think it's this. $75,000. Shoot. Wait, what the? Was that another guy? I don't remember the exact place where you could sell the other stuff from the Maniac. I mean, sure. I just healed up, so why not? The richest Draco sends out Weasel. This is the pre-evolution of Floatzel. And as I've said before, this thing is very frail, so one earthquake should put it in its place. should. Thank you. Oh, that was a critical? Come on, Underminer, you can do better than that. Let you see it. That. Yeah, I can use it freely, but when now I'm bored. As you see, my dad is totally obsessed with the items at the ruins. You're bored, aren't you? Come here tomorrow. I don't mind having a battle with you. I think by daily, I think you can battle him. Or daily, you can battle him. Which, I mean, hey. Great. Nice XP. This, you be needing for the next section, and it's kind of like Fly, but it's a water-type move. I'm not teaching it to Crash. I'm actually going to just get another Pokemon because I'm not having 3 HM moves on one Pokemon that I'm actually going to be using for a teammate. That's stupid. Restore your Pokemon to full health. Yep, bye. Welcome. Well, I'm actually... This episode, I'm just going to explore the rest of Undella Town. And the next episode, we're going to be exploring all of Undella Bay. Well, not all. Possibly all of it. I'm not sure yet. But for right now, at least this is what we can do here. Next episode, we are going to do Undella Bay. And that will probably take up the full episode just because of all the stuff there. And possibly maybe chuck at the end Route 14. So I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, do what all you guys do to make this channel the most popular you can possibly make it. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.